At 29, she'd already lived a lifetime of struggle. A single mother to a spirited 5-year-old boy named Noah, Emily juggled 2 jobs just to keep a roof over their heads and food on the table. During the day, she cleaned offices at a corporate building downtown. At night, she waitressed at a small, dimly lit diner that stayed open until midnight. Every week was a carefully calculated puzzle of survival. Rent, utilities, daycare, transportation, and meals. There was rarely room for anything extra. No new clothes, no trips to the movies, and certainly no luxuries. Her phone screen was cracked. Her shoes had a tear near the sole. Her winter coat was a hand-me-down from a donation box. And still, she smiled for her son. Because Noah was her everything. That morning had begun like most others, waking up early, preparing cereal for Noah, and dressing him in his slightly too small jacket before walking him to the community daycare. Emily then took the city bus to her cleaning job, working her shift in silence, her hands rough and raw from the cold water and bleach. When the shift ended at noon, she had a short window before her next job. She checked her wallet. A single $10 bill remained. Her heart sank. Payday was still 2 days away. That $10 would need to stretch to buy enough groceries to make dinner tonight, breakfast tomorrow, and maybe something to pack for Noah's lunch. She sighed and walked toward the discount grocery store a few blocks away. She didn't mind being frugal. She'd become quite skilled at meal planning on a shoestring. Lentils, rice, eggs, canned soup. She could do a lot with very little. As she exited the store with a small paper bag containing only the essentials, bread, peanut butter, a small carton of milk, and a single apple, she felt the biting winter air brush against her face. Snow had started falling again, soft flakes dusting her worn beanie. That's when she saw him, a man sitting on the sidewalk just beside the store's automatic doors. His clothes were tattered, his beard unkempt. His hands trembled as he held up a cardboard sign that simply read, "Hungry. Anything helps." Emily instinctively looked away. She hated that part of herself, the part that felt afraid, the part that wanted to pretend she didn't see, but she couldn't help but glance back. He wasn't aggressive. He didn't shout. He didn't follow anyone or rattle a cup. He just sat there, quiet, tired, cold. And then, as she stepped past him, she heard his voice. "Miss, can you spare some change for food?" She paused. Something in the way he spoke caught her off guard. It wasn't just the words, it was the softness, the vulnerability. Emily turned to face him. He looked up, and their eyes met. There was a depth in his gaze, a tiredness that mirrored her own. She saw more than a man asking for money. She saw someone who had fallen through the cracks, someone who might once have had a family, a home, a job, someone who might have once been her. She looked down at the bag in her hands. She thought of Noah, the peanut butter sandwiches she could make, the milk for his cereal, the apple he loved so much. And she thought of the $10 in her wallet, her last 10. Everything in her told her to walk away, but she didn't. She reached into her coat pocket, pulled out her wallet, and slowly opened it. Only one bill inside. She stared at it for a long second. Her fingers trembled as she took it out. Without a word, she held it out to the man. His eyes widened in surprise. He didn't take it at first. "Miss, are you sure?" he asked quietly. She nodded. "Stay warm," she whispered, forcing a small, sad smile. He took the bill, his hand shaking. "God bless you," he said. "Truly." Emily nodded again and walked away, blinking back the tears that welled up. She never saw the small camera tucked into the man's jacket. That night, Emily skipped dinner. She gave Noah the last of the milk and a peanut butter sandwich cut into triangles, just the way he liked it. He giggled and smeared jelly across his face. Emily smiled, even as her stomach growled. She didn't tell him about the man outside the store, or the $10, or how tomorrow she would need to find a way to stretch nothing into something. That was her burden, not his. She tucked him in, kissed his forehead, and whispered, "Mommy loves you." The next morning, there was a knock at the door. Emily, bleary-eyed from a sleepless night, opened it cautiously. Standing on her porch was the man from the store, clean-shaven, wearing a jacket that looked much newer, His eyes were no longer tired but bright. In his hand was a large white envelope. "Hi," he said, smiling. "Do you remember me?" Emily froze. "Yes. Are you okay?" "I'm more than okay," he said. "I owe you an explanation." She blinked in confusion. He continued. "My name is Jeremy. I'm a YouTuber. I run a channel where I do social experiments, kindness tests. I dress,